Welcome back to Desire to Inspire. It's your mama's favorite podcast, and it's race week.
Race week, baby.
My race week energy has been pretty high today, actually. I'm fucking stoked right now, dude.
There we go.
I finally saw somebody come through at 257.
That's a positive. Who was that?
He's from Run Club as well.
Dope. Yeah, that's a good little boost of confidence.
Just came in at 257 in New York yesterday. So I was like, okay.
Damn.
All right.
I sent you a video, and I hope that you can recreate it during your race.
I'm not having my phone on me.
It's okay. Have somebody on the sidelines.
I'm not doing it. For a second, I was like, what video are you talking about? I don't remember what you sent me. I'm not taking a shot during my race.
This dude was going sub 3, went over to the sideline, got a shot of Fireball from his friends, and it was one of those little bottles, puts it in his mouth, drinks it, drops it, salutes, and takes off running again. I was like, that's badass.
If I was like about to, if I knew I was already going to break it and it was at the ending point, I might do it right at the fucking finish line.
That would be electrifying.
Take a shot as I cross. So they have an official photo of me drinking on the course.
It's wild how many races go on this time of year, and I never like put it into perspective because I haven't been involved in this industry or world, but even like the Ironmans and everything, we just had a big group from Tribal. I think there was like 10 or 12 people representing today. Shout out to Tribal. But they had 10 or 12 people at the Florida Ironman. What?
Oh, wait, no, you didn't. I thought it cut out. Never mind. Continue. It looked like it just flatlined, but it's still going.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so they had like 10 or 12 at the Ironman Florida, and every single person that they took there crossed the finish line.
I saw that. Florida's like their big – that was the one I was technically supposed to know.
Yep.
But that's like their big one now, 3 years in a row.
Yeah. Chattanooga, the one that I'm doing right now, we have 24 athletes signed up, committed to do it.
Bro,
so it's
I was
huge.
Tripping the other day.
Why?
Because Mandy does like this cabin trip every year, and it's in Tennessee. And we had said like it was in April this year, and so she'd asked me about it a while ago. I'm like, oh yeah, same time of year. She's like, yes. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. So she says that we're in, and then she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, but the money's due today, so pay for this. I was like, all right, cool. So I sent it. I'm like, when is it again? She's like, May. I'm like, when? And I could not remember the date of your race, and I started Googling Chattanooga fucking Ironman, and I can't find anything about the half. All I'm finding is the full. I'm like, I know it's not September. I know it's in May. And thankfully, it's not the same weekend.
You guys, there would be one less person sitting on this set.
Oh, my God. She was like, well, we can't back out now. You already paid. And like we told him, like, I'll drive down that day. Like, I don't know how far these things are from each other, but they're in the same state.
Yeah, nope. You would have been making a detour. That is for sure.
I was tripping. I'm like, oh, my God. I just sent this money.
Yeah, we would have had to take it out of the DTI fund and be like, here you go, Mandy. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's really cool seeing people hit their goals, but I think it's even more powerful the people that don't hit their goals, but like the different like momentum and story that they find out about themselves within this space. So even like outside the people we've already like talked about that have run marathons within this Ironman circle, it's cool to hear all of the different stories and mindsets that this endurance space teaches you throughout these events.
Yeah, no matter what, I know I'm taking something away this week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just about what am I going to take away? We'll find out.
That we will.
Next week on Desire to Inspire.
Yeah, let in case there's somebody new, let them know what your goal is, let them know the run that you're racing, inform the people.
All right, so the time this comes out will be one day away from the Indy Monumental Marathon. I chose this course because it's flat, and I'm going for sub 3. Sub 3, I have multiple tier goals. I don't know if I've talked about them all on here, but I do have multiple.
You said that you were going to save it for this episode.
All right, it's sub 3. It's like there's like a range, 310 to 315 is where I would ideally like to be as a PR. Mm-hmm. But anything as a PR, I'm going to be happy with.
Yeah.
So it's basically those are my 3 tiers.
What'll be a PR?
Anything under 324.
Okay. Hell yeah, the boy's going to be moving.
Mm-hmm. I feel good. I feel good. My knee was fucking with me, and it even in the video that I have to edit and put out tomorrow. I had a lot going on today. So in the video for like Run Thoughts this week, I talk about how it has been there, but also I forget how drained and sore I am the couple weeks before a race. Because like when you're in it, you're in 50, 60-mile weeks, it doesn't really, you're just pounding nonstop.
Yeah.
And now it's like my body's having a chance to actually like feel what's been going on. And I know that's part of it, but it's like, damn, dude, I feel like I'm more exhausted now running less.
Damn.
Just like as I get ready. But I know that's a part of it, and I know that's probably where this pain is also coming from.
Yeah.
But on my longer one this weekend, I felt it for like the first 3, and then it went away.
Okay.
So I think it's just like I have to get warmed up. So I've never had a structured pacing plan before. But I think I'm going to really sit down and develop like how I want to pace during the race.
Mm-hmm.
So I have goals of where I need to be while I'm running.
Yeah.
I think it's going to start off slower for those first 3.
Okay. And then ramp up.
And by slower, I mean like 7:30, 7:40.
Real slow.
So
that honestly might not be a bad thing. I was, again, my feed is just filled with this kind of stuff now, which I don't hate. But I always bring up social media because I think my feed represents the like era that I'm in very well, like it has forever. And one guy was going for sub 3, and I saw like some 7:30, 7:28s, and I'm like, oh, there's no fucking way he's gonna get it. But then his overall time was like 3:07, and so he wanted to go sub 3. So that might be smart. Start off a little bit slower and then just like gradually.
Because what I don't want to happen is go out too hard.
Yeah.
And then blow up. So, and then I'm hitting 8:30s, 9s, and then I have to try to catch back up.
Yeah.
Because I know myself, if I'm starting to fall like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go for a PR no matter what. So I'm going to have to push it again at some point. But I think if I can give myself that leeway, because I've been consistently getting faster the longer a run goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can get my legs just kind of stretch out and be ready to go, get loose, then start to knock some off, I think I'll be all right.
What's, I guess maybe you're going to be doing this when you map it out, but what is your nutrition intake look like during this race of like how you're going to fuel for it?
Not really different than I usually do. So I'm starting my carb load probably, I'm just going to say Wednesday at dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
Because Thursday is going to be harder because I'm driving for 10 hours.
Yeah.
So like I'm getting stuff so that I'm ready to go. And I'm going to be carbing up during the drive. And then me, my mom, and my brother were just talking about dinner on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm already planning for that. But day of, it's morning time, I'm probably going to have like a bagel with either peanut butter or like a banana. But I'll probably split that up. So I'll probably wake up, have like coffee, bagel. Last year I had 2 bagels before the run. I was really putting them down. So that could happen. I had like 100 some grams of carbs in me before I even left the house.
Damn.
And then I'll probably have like, I know I'll have electrolytes the night before and day of. I'll be taking like some kind of a liquid carb. And then I'm just taking chews for the run.
Oh,
like
really?
The small little gummy chews.
Not them big fuckers?
No. I have like little circle ones, and 6 of them is a serving. But I've been testing it at 3 because it's easy for me to get down. So I'll probably do like every 35, 40 minutes, just knock down 3.
Do you wear like a fanny
Nope.
pack? No? Where do you put them?
I have a pocket on the back of my shorts, like
And
a
they just
zipper
fit in there?
pocket. I'm going to take 2 bags out, dump them into 1 baggie, so it's easier for me to get in and out too.
Yeah.
And I can put it in my side pocket if I have to. But we'll
That would
see.
drive me
Last year I had 5 Honey Singer waffles in my back pocket.
Yeah. I do remember that.
The first few miles, my pants were literally being pulled down.
When I used the Honey Singers during training for that half marathon, they went down so smooth and easy. But then when I used them on race day, I couldn't even swallow it without thinking I was going to throw up. So I didn't even use them on.
It's a lot to eat.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like transitioning. Honey Singer has some gels that are actually good too, and they don't fuck with my stomach. I considered it, but I haven't trained with it enough to know how I'm going to react.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were going to use like the Go gels or if you've been using any gels. So that's why I was asking
No, I
what it was going to
haven't.
look
Gels historically haven't sat well,
Mhm.
and so I don't like to risk it.
like.
And
Yeah.
I don't even have like a liquid used during the race because I don't want to carry anything with me. Damn. So whatever's on the course, that's what I'm taking in liquid wise.
Wow. Which I imagine you'll map that into your training time blocks.
They have a lot of aid stations though. Like I'm talking like every mile or 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. How has this training differed from your training previously, knowing that you're going for a pretty substantial goal?
It's been longer, like a longer block in general, so that it wasn't super aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
The paces has definitely been more aggressive. I've running faster naturally. But I think like the biggest difference is it's been isolated. Last year I was very like, me and Tone were in sync because we lived in the same building for the whole prep. So we were pretty much training together every single day. once I started this job, I feel like I've been training alone.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Which is also part of what I think is like fucking with me mentally, because it's been tougher to run those miles, like the longer ones, by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time I run with someone else, even the other day when I was doing 10, I was like a 6 or a 7. I was a half mile into my run though, and I ran past a guy that I run with sometimes, and he's like, "How much you got left?" I was like, "I have like 5.5." He's like, "I'm doing 10 today." So he just turned around and he ran with me. My paces were faster than they normally are. So I don't know if I should lean on that and try to run with Mike during the race, or if I just lean into my own training plan. So it's really going to depend like what his strategy is going into race day.
You guys haven't talked about that yet?
No, we'll probably talk about it there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be interested to see like what his mindset is too, because there are some people that just like to run by themselves and not have the pressure of other people around them.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah, that we will. How's everybody else feeling about the race?
I really honestly haven't talked about it a ton to my mom and my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy seems like, I can't even say nervous because she doesn't really seem nervous, but like people are like, "You ready?" She's like, "No." Like she's just being honest. Like, I'm not, but I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
And I think that her having done one already is gonna make it easier mentally. Just she knows she can push through that part of it. But it's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah.
And I know she's not gonna see this beforehand, so I can say that I think it's gonna be a battle. But I have full faith she'll get it done.
Yeah. Does she have any goals in particular?
She was saying sub 5 originally. I think her first one was like a little over 5.
Okay.
So under 5 hours, which is doable as long as like she doesn't get hurt or, God forbid, like anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's doable. My brother, I don't think they're planning on running together. I think my brother is actually going to put up a good time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, Tone's been trying to get me to do, by trying, he's tried a couple times to get to the Charlotte half marathon.
Did he sign up for it?
I don't know if he did.
I was planning to because Phil's doing it, the full.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it's the weekend of his birthday, so he's doing a fucking 30 for 30.
God.
So he said he's going to run the marathon and then do a few more. So I was just going to sign up and do the half. And then I remembered we're in Atlanta that weekend. I was like, shit.
Phil, is his goal to do better than his first one? What was his intent for signing up for it, or just because he needs to log miles?
He's just doing it just for fun. He said he's doing this one for fun.
Damn.
He's done 2 now. He did 2 this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so this will be a 3rd one in this calendar year.
God, that's a lot of fucking running.
But this one will just be fun. Honestly, I kept saying, dude, speaking of a lot of running, that I was not gonna put a numerical goal on the year. But seeing where I'm at kind of makes me want to push for 2,000.
Yeah, aren't you at like 1,700?
I'm under 20 away from 1,800. So like after this week, I'll be over 1,800. I was doing that. I'm like, if I did like 30 miles a week for the rest of the year, I could make it.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah. But I know like the week after is going to be a low week. So I'm like, now I'm really having to push up. Like, do I want to commit to 35 miles a week for the rest of the year?
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you just got to fucking pull back a little bit.
I know.
Maybe just stick to the 1 mile a day. It is there. And that would double your goal that you had because you wanted 1,000 miles.
I'm going to be double last year already. I was only 9-something last year.
Yeah, you're not far away.
Yeah.
That's a ton of miles. It's it's a big mile year for a lot of people. Some of our clients talk on our biweekly calls about how they're hitting like mileage PRs this year. And then I feel like even for like our close group, they're hitting, I mean, Tone hit his. He's probably blowing his out of the water as well.
100%. It didn't help that we went for 12 hours, so we had to prep for that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you should just do one more of those, and then you would knock it out real quick.
No.
Are you going to do that again ever?
No.
Don't blame you.
I can't say never, but right now it's not even on my radar.
Yeah.
I already keep getting asked what I'm going to do after this, whether I hit or I don't hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about that, and I was shocked by your answer of not having anything or however you phrased it in one way. I think it was the week that you said that you weren't like into running, that nothing's motivating you to like keep doing it. You just
I'm still dreading every run right now.
Are you?
But it's that point of prep, and that's why I keep trying to say like I'm just burnt out on like this intensive prep. I think which is why I don't want to put anything on the calendar. I just want to relax and run for fun for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple months. Get to the end of the year, probably like January, February. I don't need to go into any kind of prep. And regardless, I do want to run Chicago. So if I hit my goal and I somehow qualify, I'll get a guaranteed entry slot.
Yeah.
If I don't, then I go in the lottery and maybe try to fundraise because I know Tone wants to fundraise.
That'd be cool to fundraise.
So if we both fundraise, then like we could both go run it, and then I would still be same goal. Just keep pushing for it again. But other than that, like I don't know. That's October, so that's far enough away. Like I can run for fun for a while, just keep a base, and then get back into it later.
Yeah, no, it'll. I mean, this weekend will set the stage of what the future looks like, and also the work that you've put in to see where you could have went different, could have kept the same, like whatever that looks like.
I was reflecting over the whole block in this video that I just recorded, and I really haven't been out of a training block since it's been a full calendar year now.
Damn.
This last weekend was when we ran last year, and I basically took like 2 weeks of a deload, and then immediately went into, now I gotta start prepping for 12 hours because it's only 4 months away. And I went right from that into a marathon.
Yeah.
So I literally have not stopped in a year. That's why I'm like, let's give myself a few months of just, obviously can't stop running because I'm doing a mile a day still.
Yep.
Got 2 more months of that. Over 300 days strong. And so I got to do that. But I just want to enjoy it again.
Yeah.
I just want to get back into some casual 5-mile runs with the guys, hanging out, just catching up. It's been a lot.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a lot. I mean, and then everything that you went through, I think what's important, and I hope that you like realize as well, just not looking at the physical things, but like, dude, you went through like life changes during this fucking prep.
Yeah.
In terms of like career, in terms of like what the fuck is going to happen next. Like there was a lot that went on during this prep. And so, I mean, it speaks volumes to the consistency just doing that mile a day, but then to train for all these other things in conjunction with it, I think is something that you need to reflect on and take away because
I haven't.
I know. I think there's a lot of lessons in there that you're overlooking because you don't, or you maybe haven't thought.
Yeah, I don't think I've had time to. I don't think if I've had time to like step back and like think about what the last year's even been. It's been a fucking whirlwind.
Yeah, big time. Big time. It makes me think a lot too to our like vulnerable episode, and I know you said to bring it up in a couple weeks, whether you want to talk about that or not. I think that episode, after you're done with this training, after you're done with the marathon, no matter what you do, if you hit the goal or not, rewatching that, because I think that'll shine light just on like different elements outside of all of this physical stuff that could then help the mental of just like how to tackle next year, how to tackle the next challenge, how to keep this top of mind versus that. Because there was a lot of good things in there that were said on both sides that will drive the changes that we're talking about and building on the back end, to keep those, I guess, top of mind throughout all of this different transition and roller coaster of a world life that we're living in right now.
I don't know if I can handle watching myself back, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I really want you to, because I think even for me, like watching the clips and stuff like that, like for those of you guys that don't know, we have this episode and then one more, and season 1 is done for the remainder of the year. So I know I am committed to continue to put out the daily drive-bys, so that way there's content going up, that way there's still stuff. But we said in the beginning when this started almost 40 episodes ago, this is episode 39, that we were going to do seasons. So that way it ebbs and flows. You'll see different growths. You'll see different tactics, ideas. You'll see different settings in the studio and stuff like that. But it's important, just like Dylan is getting done with this training, and why I bring up reflecting on that training and what he's went through both physically, mentally, and just in life, is because we need to do the same thing here with this setup. And we did a lot of amazing things, had a lot of great conversations over the last 40 episodes almost. So now how do we take time to step back and be like, all right, we want to change this. We want to do this better. We want to elevate here. We want to make this look better. And then take that into season 2. So that way there's always progression. But not only that, we're sitting here and realizing like, dude, we did a lot of fucking good things. Now, how do we keep rocking? How do we take this to the next level? How do we elevate? What do we incorporate? And then how do we bring people into this more in the sense of having it feel like the viewers are a part of the show. So is that guests that they relate to? Is it fucking questions that we get from you guys that we answer with our mindset and like how we think about things? So just all those different stuff play a factor in the great work, but there's not enough, or we as humans don't spend enough time reflecting.
We definitely don't as I almost said a couple,
Mm-hmm.
like as a duo.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely don't. And actually, like now that you're saying that while you were talking, I was thinking about it. We need to like actually over the next. So this is about to be the end of season 1. We're basically not come back with season 2 until the first of the year.
Yep.
So there's going to be a lull in at least the podcast. Like you said, we're going to have other content out. But I think like on the back end, we need to sit back and list out like here's like some things we actually accomplished this year that we said we were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we actually list it out, then it's like, okay, I can see it now. Like I need to be able to see it tangibly because we can talk about it all day.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. I guess we did that. But like it doesn't mean anything, I guess, until like you sit down and reflect on what it actually looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's even, I've been looking at the sheets for our clients of like goals that they set in the beginning of the year that we had them write down. And like everybody is checking the boxes on all those. But then to take it a step further, excuse me, as I sniffle because I'm fucking congested right now. But I was having a conversation about 3-4 weeks ago, and I tasked somebody with the habit of taking a picture every Friday of themselves, because I want them to see the change that we see that they're doing right now. And when I said it, I didn't think that it would resonate as much as it did. But from that, it kept them up thinking, they said for like a week or 2 weeks, about just like this conversation that we had and blah, blah, blah. And I got a very, very good phone call when I was in Florida 2 weeks ago. And they called and they were like, hey, long story short, they were like, hey, I just wanted to call you to one, say thank you for the work that you guys have like done to help me get to where I'm at right now. I never got the chance to like say, how my confidence is going up, how I feel about life, how I'm looking right now. But what really stuck out is you told me to take a picture of myself. And a year ago, I didn't even want to take a selfie of myself because of the way I looked. And they were like, but because you said that, I had talked to my therapist, and they were like, she knows all about you guys. We talk about you guys a lot, this and that. And through that conversation and kind of diving deeper into you telling me that you wanted me to see my journey, my success through the pictures, this and that, it opened my eyes. And she goes, and then to end all of this, I want to let you know that, all of that is great. But one of the biggest things that stuck out is I had to watch my niece. And she was like, a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to get up and down off the ground. A year ago, I wouldn't have been able to dance to the Wiggles in the living room. And she was like, but because of the work that we've done together, I was able to do all of that. And like, dude, I got like fucking teary-eyed and like had to call my mom right after and be like, this is what we do it for. Yeah. And she's like, you and Dylan have something so great. She's like, when I brought up like 8 months ago or a year ago, the DTI moment, like this is a DTI moment and this needs to be showcased. This needs to be heard. Everybody has DTI moments every single day of their life in some way, shape, or form. And she was like, you need to take this and ride with it. And so there's so many, ever since I was like, I'm going to post more, I'm going to do this. And we like talk about these different things. There's so many like little signs that it's like, oh, there's another one. And then somebody else talks, oh, there's another one. And then the DM comes in, there's another one. And then we get on another call, there's another one. And there's all these great signs of this stuff that we're doing. And another sign was, I'll send you this afterwards, but I wanted to tell you in person. The same person started documenting their journey online and is on TikTok. And they have 2 videos that I've saw so far, over 900 likes, 60 plus comments, like, you got this, keep going, blah, blah, blah. They got like 900 followers on TikTok, and they're just fucking riding with it now, showcasing their journey. And so as I was talking to like Lo and stuff about this, and I wanted to wait, I didn't know it was going to happen on air, but I wanted to talk to you about this because that's another extension of DTI and what we're building. Mm-hmm. We're the face of it. We're the starters of it. But like, dude, imagine all of our clients that we have go and take their story and start talking about it, start spreading it. It doesn't have to directly be tied back to us, but that's that impact of impacting one person a day.
It's a ripple effect.
And so just like that, and then once this gets going the way it should, and again, like we talked about operating it like a business where it's like professional, and documenting or tracking or the way it looks online, like whatever it is, that's all going to elevate this, that it'll attract more clients. And then once that happens, the clients are just going to then tell one person and that person. And then next thing you know, the next person's going to join and then this person's going to join. And I think that we're just getting so many little glimpses of that right now because of where we're focusing like our time and energy. And it just like excites me so much because when it clicks with somebody, when they go from ground zero and they're like, I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. I'm not going to lose all this weight. I'm not going to start sleeping good because of this. I'm not. And then they start implementing these little habits day in and day out. And then next thing clicks and they're like, well, I want to try this. Then that clicks and I want to try this. Then this clicks. And then next thing you know, they're like, I'm going to the gym at 5 a.m. I'm going on walks with my dog at this. I'm doing this. Oh, I just got so-and-so to come with me. That's what it's fucking about. And so when you find that inner confidence in anything that you start or do, it just takes you, it elevates you to a different level. And this quote that I saw that I took a picture of, I think represents this whole story so well. It goes, the 3 C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You make the choice let's try this again. I'm going to blame my stuffy nose. But it says the 3 C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You make the choice to take a chance on your life your life will never fail. I didn't fucking get it right again. You make the choice to take a chance or your life will never change. So meaning you need to step into it, making that choice that you want this change in order for anything to happen. And so through that choice that you make is when it's going to happen, when it's going to come to fruition. But we look so fucking far out in the future. Like you were looking at this sub 3 goal, but you were diligent in breaking it down of what does that look like over the next months, weeks, days. And then it's like, all right, I'm going to get there. It's the same thing with us when we're planning something. We look all the way out there. Now, how do we obtain it? How do we get there? And then you build a structured plan. And it's step by step. It's those little habits day in and day out. And so whatever you're doing, whatever you're training for, you reflect back on that. So that way you can appreciate more than just, oh, I hit it or I didn't hit it. Or, oh, I started feeling aches and pains here, but not like take a step back and just appreciate the journey wholeheartedly in all aspects that you go through. Because that credit or that realization of like, fuck, this was happening during that training and I stuck to it. It opens a different realm. It opens your eyes to a different world than just that one specific task. And did I check the box or did I not?
Yeah, I'll actually have to sit down and like reflect, or I don't think it's going to hit me the same. Mm-hmm. But I do think I just want to, not even just during the training block, I think the whole year needs a reflection. Yeah. And obviously we're going to have some more time because we're not going to be recording here soon.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool. I've kind of been doing that a little bit as I've been journaling more. I've been remaining consistent with it. So
I need to start.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just, we all work so hard in our day-to-day lives. We all work so hard in making sure that things like keep moving in the right direction, that when stuff stops going in the right direction, we freeze everything in life. And it's like everything is wrong when it's really not. So if we can start separating stuff and looking at things differently and breaking down that bigger picture, it's like, wow, there's actually a lot more better things going on than are not going on. And I don't know. It's just been a mindset that I've kind of been trying to shift to. Yeah. Because it's easy to get caught up over here when you need to get caught up on all of this around. I didn't mean to go on a spiel.
You're good. I didn't know a lot of that about the client, so I'm glad, and now I want to look them up on TikTok.
Yeah. It was a random call, and it was like later at night, and then I went to dinner with clients, and then the next trip turned into the next trip, and I was like, all right, I'll tell them when I see them, but I thought it was going to happen off camera, but I'm glad it happened on here because like
other people need to hear it too.
Yeah, it was extremely powerful. It was extremely moving, and as this continues to grow, like that's what's going to feed the community. That's what's going to grow the community. And so they'll just be like one of those key staples in that community when we start building that out and kind of doing it like the tribal way, in the sense of having everybody working together around goals. But another thing that I wanted to touch on which I never know what clock is fucking right because I've been in so many different time zones. Anyways, one thing I wanted to touch on is you during this race. I was going to send you.
Even that one's not right.
Is it 12:45?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, you don't got your time zone changed right now, and the clocks just went back.
I know. I'm all over. I think I've been in like 6 different time zones in the last like fucking 3.5 weeks. But while we're talking about your race recap, I knew that a lot of it, or your like training block and everything leading up to the race, I knew that it was going to lead to me being able to just kind of like express a little bit to you that I would have in a text message, but I'll save the text message and say it on here. And it's going to be kind of similar to the same things that I texted Tone about prior to his race. But when I was listening to that Nick Bear podcast that we brought up on here about Remember Tomorrow, like, dude, you've put in countless fucking hours, tired fucking mornings, hungover fucking mornings, long nights, working late at fucking Longhorn, balancing a relationship, finding a new job, all of these things that could have deterred you from the path that you were taking during this training. And so I just want you to remember tomorrow when you're running, when you're out there trying to reach a goal that most people can't reach because it's extreme to run a 3-hour marathon. So remember tomorrow when you're out there, when that fucking mind is trying to tell you that you're tired, when that mind's trying to tell you you need energy or fuel, when that mind's telling you that your knee's hurting, remember tomorrow and how you'll feel if you wake up and you're like, fuck, I could have given more. Fuck, I could have done this different. Fuck. Remember tomorrow and just leave it all out there on the line. You got one shot to fucking do this. And that's this coming Saturday or Sunday, whenever it is. And so don't sell yourself short because of the incremental things that your mind is going to try and tell you during that race. This thing is a lot more powerful than this, but this can go a lot more further if this is intact, right? And so hopefully you do like a little meditation or journaling before the race just to get some thoughts out or whatever. But mainly you're going to be there. You're going to be surrounded with the people you love, your family, your girl. So take in that moment, reflect on it, and appreciate that, because that's also a big part of this race. Like, not only is this a monumental moment for you, but it also is going to showcase the impact that you've had on the people closest to you through the DTI brand, the mission, and us just kind of living this like healthier, happier lifestyle through the habits that we have. And so give yourself time to appreciate that you've impacted those people closest to you that you care about the most to step out of their comfort zone and do this race as well. Because 2 years ago when we were doing this, I guarantee you didn't think that this would ever happen, that you would be running a race with them. And so not only that, but you get to do it with fucking Mandy. Mike's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of great energy around there. So harness that energy to make sure that you use it to fuel this drive and this training that you've been doing for so long to get as close to that fucking goal and smashing it as you can during this weekend.
Yeah. Work's done, but the work's not done.
Nope. The stage is waiting for you, man. So with that, you guys, challenge yourself, go out there and just work on things little by little. I'm not going to give a huge grand, ending to this like I usually do, because the message is in the episode and I don't want that to be taken away. But harness the energy from the things that you're doing to be able to reach those goals and conquer them, because we don't evaluate everything from a full picture. We only look at one specific thing. So take everything, evaluate that, and then keep moving forward. Dylan, best of luck to you and the squad for your marathon this weekend. Excited to have our last episode where we can kind of recap that, touch on season 1, and then prepare for an even better season 2. Love you, brother. That's all we got for you. Kiss your mama. Have the desire to inspire. It's on.
Peace.